Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the WWE Draft Center here tonight. We are one night removed from WrestleMania 35, and tonight is a new era here in WWE as we have a draft with Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. All superstars are available for the draft, and of course, Raw will get an extra pick for every two picks that SmackDown and NXT choose. And we are here with breaking news. The first round of the draft has commenced. Going to Raw, we have Brock Lesnar, Kofi Kingston, and Charlotte Flair. SmackDown, meanwhile, picked up Seth Rollins and Becky Lynch, the power couple. And NXT has Johnny Gargano and Shayna Baszler here tonight, here on the WWE Network exclusively. We will be having matches for you as the draft is commencing. And we are going to start things off here tonight with the Universal Champion Seth Rollins. Seth freaking Rollins in action, and that is right here, right now. And as you can see, we don't have the crowd in the arena. All the matches here on the draft center are going to be empty arena matches. Seth Rollins. For those who missed it, Seth Rollins is now the World Heavyweight Champion.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Davenport, Iowa, weighing in at 217 pounds, the World Heavyweight Champion, Seth Rollins!
And it was announced just before we went live that Seth Rollins will be going to the SmackDown brand. And as part of that, the GM of SmackDown, Eric Bischoff, decided to vacate the Universal Championship and instead gave Seth Rollins the World Heavyweight Championship. It is the return of the World Heavyweight Championship, which will be exclusive to the SmackDown brand. Seth Rollins facing an upstart in Cole Quinn here tonight. See, we don't know much about this man. We know he spent some time in Japan
and his
wrestling.
Opponent from Orlando, Florida, weighing in at 210 pounds, Cole
Quinn was recently signed to a developmental deal here in the WWE, and what an opportunity he has to prove himself, especially in the draft class. Of course, anyone who will not be part of anyone who remains undrafted here tonight will be part of the NXT UK brand. And Cole Quinn definitely wants to secure a spot on one of the three big brands here in the WWE: Raw, SmackDown, or NXT. This is a chance for him to be able to prove himself here tonight. Especially against the World Heavyweight Champion and Seth Rollins, the man who defeated Brock Lesnar yesterday for the Universal Championship. Of course, like we said, Eric Bischoff deciding to vacate the Universal Championship in place of the World Heavyweight Championship. We can see an empty arena. Seth Rollins, Cole Quinn. Seth Rollins running at Cole Quinn. Cole Quinn with an Irish whip into the turnbuckle. And it looks like a butterfly butterfly suplex. And another butterfly suplex. And Cole Quinn really bringing his A game here against the champion. Seth Rollins bridge into a pin, but Cole Quinn able to get the shoulder up. We see a reverse DDT right there from the champion. Spinning forearm. Suplex into another pin there by Seth Rollins, but Cole Quinn able to get the shoulder up. We see Seth Rollins going towards the back of Cole Quinn. Rollins, the first draft pick of SmackDown, second overall. The only one to go before him was the man he defeated, the Beast Incarnate Brock Lesnar, to Monday Night Raw. Seth Rollins, again, before we did go on air, Seth Rollins said he's disappointed he doesn't get to be Monday Night Rollins, but it is going to be Tuesday Night Rollins instead. Irish whip into the corner. Seth Rollins there with a reversal. And another bridge into a pin, but Cole Quinn able to get to the rope break there. Small package into the pin, but Cole Quinn getting the shoulder up. Cole Quinn definitely showing his resilience. Standing moonsault, another pin there by the champion. Trying to end it as quickly as possible. We see a forearm to the face, kick caught there by the upstart. Forearm smash. Rollins pushing Quinn away. Quinn right there with a drop toe hold onto the champion. But the champion fires back with a reversal of his own and another small package driver. But again, Cole Quinn cannot stay down longer than a 1 count. We see a neck wrench here by the champion. We do want to just note, with each round here on the draft center, we may not get through the draft completely. And we see Quinn making a comeback, but sidestepped there by Seth Rollins. Another drop toe hold. And that time Quinn looks like able to mount his comeback. Seth Rollins catches the foot. And it looks like he's going for the curb stomp. The same move that put Lesnar down and out. But Cole Quinn somehow, some way, just got the shoulder up. Cannot believe that Quinn was able to kick out of the champion's curb stomp. Forearm right to the corner. Cole Quinn just got right up from that. We see a fireman's carry takedown. And oh no, Snapmare DDT onto the champion. And Cole Quinn going for the pin. But Rollins able to get the shoulder up. We see that hip drop onto the champion. Bulldog by Rollins. And Rollins going for the second time. Another curb stomp there to Cole Quinn. 1, 2, 3. And Seth Rollins has defeated Cole Quinn. What a matchup that was. And ladies and gentlemen, breaking news, we are now to round 2 of the draft. And here we go. Raw picked up Roman Reigns, Edge, and Triple H for round 2. SmackDown, Ronda Rousey, and Goldberg have been confirmed for the SmackDown brand. And what about this? NXT just picked up the Undisputed Era. And the man who we are about to see next here against the Velveteen Dream, the Apex Predator, Randy Orton. What a huge pick for NXT. Goldberg going to SmackDown. What about this? The return of the Rated R superstar Edge to Monday Night Raw. And that is very exciting. I cannot wait to see what the Raw roster
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from St. Louis, Missouri, weighing in at 250 pounds, the Viper, Randy Orton.
The Viper Randy Orton just confirmed to be moving to the NXT brand at Full Sail University. The NXT locker room's definitely going to have to be on guard in regards to the Viper. And of course, we know Johnny Gargano and the Undisputed Era and Shayna Baszler moving to NXT as well. And I am very excited to see what will happen, what Randy Orton has in store for the NXT locker room. But I still cannot get over the return of 2 Hall of Famers, Edge and Goldberg, both going Raw and SmackDown. Those are 2 huge picks for those brands as well. So far, round 2 of the draft has not disappointed. We've seen Brock Lesnar, Kofi Kingston, Charlotte Flair, Roman Reigns, Edge, and Triple H to Monday Night Raw. Meanwhile, Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, Ronda Rousey, and Goldberg to SmackDown. Johnny Gargano, Shayna Baszler, Undisputed Era, and Randy Orton have been moved to NXT. Many more rounds to come here tonight. And Velveteen Dream, the current North American champion.
And his opponent from Capitol Hill, Washington, D.C., weighing in at 227 pounds, the NXT North American champion, Velveteen Dream.
Velveteen Dream, the NXT North American champion. Man who believes he is a top pick here in the draft, and a man who I am sure many of the GMs are clamoring over to pull onto their brand. But Velveteen Dream gets to really prove himself here tonight by taking on the Viper Randy Orton in one-on-one action. This could be Velveteen's chance to really cement himself as a top star here in the WWE. Both of these men are masters at mind games. This is a dream match worthy of a WrestleMania main event. And we get to see it here tonight exclusively on the network as part of the WWE Draft. Of course, as we said, nobody knows where they are going. Every eligible superstar on the roster is eligible to be in this draft. Even those who were just at the Performance Center are eligible for this draft. And we've seen legends drafted, Hall of Famers. We've seen top caliber stars. We've seen world champions. And here it is, one-on-one action. The Viper versus the Dream. And the Dream going right after the Viper. Dream with a suplex onto Randy Orton. And you can see Randy Orton holding onto his back, and the Dream just pulling Orton further down. Orton there evasively rolling out of the way, and what a body slam by the Dream. And Orton there just punching the Dream and trading blows, and an uppercut there by the Dream. Dream going for a super kick, but Randy Orton catches the leg. And Randy Orton there with a club right to the back, trying to stomp on the Dream. Dream there with a backbreaker onto the Viper. And you can see Randy Orton, the way that his body contorted with that. Randy Orton sidestepping what looked to be a big boot. Orton with a backbreaker of his own. Pulling up Dream. And Dream right there with a gut kick. Tried to go for an axe handle. And Randy Orton, what is Randy Orton doing? Oh no. He has the Dream in a submission. And the Dream able to break out of that submission hold. What a strange submission that was, and again a body slam. Orton rolling out of the ring. Dream missed. Tried to go for a crossbody, but the Viper wasn't there. And the referee ready to count the 1 count. Takedown there by Randy Orton and the Dream. Trying to go for a double axe handle, but missed. And what an uppercut that was by Randy Orton. Pulling up the Dream and another uppercut. Jawbreaker there. Dream again trying to go for a big boot. Right there, another breaker to the Dream. And the Dream just tossing Orton to the outside of the ring, and he's on the top turnbuckle. And we see the Dream doing a little bit of taunting. Waiting, calculating for Orton to get up. And again, tries to dive out to the ring. But Orton sidesteps and a back body drop on to the Dream.
3.
Into the barricade. And a belly to belly suplex right there.
4.
Randy Orton versus the Dream.
5.
The Dream with a knee right to the lower back of Randy Orton. And it looks like the Dream's going for a pin. But Orton kicks out rather easily. Again trying to go for the big boot. Dream looks like he's going for a neck breaker. Right to the apex predator. And Randy Orton really struggling to get some offense here. And again, just tossing Orton into the ropes. And the Dream going to the top. Thought he was possibly going to do the elbow, but instead Randy Orton put his knees up and another backbreaker to the Dream. Randy Orton looking frustrated, but Dream able to get out of the way there. Randy Orton That time breaking out of the backbreaker, and now we see a fury of attacks there. The Luthez press, and Orton looks like he's had enough of the Dream, going for the spike DDT onto the Dream. We see Randy Orton taking way too much time to capitalize there, and the Dream able to kick out before even a 1 count. Into the corner the Dream is going. Another backbreaker there by the Dream. Dream has been focusing on that back of Randy Orton. And again, trying to go for what looked to be a double axe handle. Dream now going to the top rope. Going for the elbow. And he hit Randy Orton with a Dream Maker. And Randy Orton got the shoulder up. And the Dream, cannot believe it, the Dream going back to the top. Body splash this time and connecting with a pin. 1, 2. Oh my, I thought that was going to be a 3 count, but Randy Orton able to get the shoulder up that time. Dream once again going for a super kick into the ropes. And we see the Dream trying to go on a couple of attacks, and Randy Orton with a float over neck breaker, and now slamming the arm of Velveteen Dream into the ring mat. And there was a belly to belly suplex, and the Dream just picking Randy Orton up. I don't think he's done with him quite yet. Again, trying to go for that super kick. But instead, Randy Orton with a neck breaker. Stomping on the face of Velveteen Dream. Dream takes down Randy Orton there with an arm drag. Randy Orton rolling out to the ring. And it looks like the Dream that time connected to Randy Orton's lower back.
2.
Throwing him into the ring post. Now the Viper's in the ring, and the Dream going to the top rope. We could be seeing another body splash. 1, 2, and again Randy Orton got the shoulder up. I don't know what Randy Orton was going for there, but the Dream, a knee lift, takes down Randy Orton. You can see the Dream a little tired. Body slam. Dream. This match is taking a toll on both competitors, and the Dream going with a German suplex onto the Viper. Tried to go for a punch. Dream reverse DDT. And it looks like no! Tried to go for the purple Rainmaker. Orton dodges it. And a punch right there to the gut of the Dream. Drop kick. An elbow right to the chest of Velveteen Dream. And Randy Orton tried to go for a spike DDT. Oh no. Dream go for the pin. And just like that, Velveteen Dream has beaten the Viper Randy Orton. What a match we saw there. What a match we saw. And that is what we can get here with the draft. We can get matches like that. And that is what we can expect from Randy Orton in NXT. Next up, we do have some tag team action here. We have the duo of Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross taking on Dana Brooke and Red, who's a newcomer here in the Performance Center. But of course, before we do get to that match, we do have to announce the draft results of round 3. Going to Monday Night Raw, AJ Styles, Braun Strowman, and John Cena. Meanwhile, on Tuesday night SmackDown, which will soon to be Friday night SmackDown, we have Daniel Bryan and Rowan and Undertaker joining the SmackDown crew. Then on NXT, we have Tommaso Ciampa and the man that we just seen get a victory, the Velveteen Dream. So to recap, Monday Night Raw, Brock Lesnar, Kofi Kingston, Charlotte Flair, Roman Reigns, Edge, Triple H, AJ Styles, Braun Strowman, and John Cena. SmackDown, Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch,
The
Ronda
following
Rousey.
contest is scheduled for one fall. Introducing first, from Columbus, Ohio, Alexa Bliss.
Ronda Rousey, Goldberg, Daniel Bryan, and Rowan. And The Undertaker in NXT. We'll have Johnny Gargano, Shayna Baszler, Undisputed Era, Randy Orton, Tommaso Ciampa, and the Velveteen Dream. And we are getting into the women's tag team action here next. Random pairing of duos. But we'll see Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross teaming up here tonight to go against Dana Brooke and an upstart in Red from the Performance Center.
And her partner from Glasgow, Scotland, Nikki Cross.
And we do have one thing we do want to point out. Speaking of women's tag team action, the women's tag team champions will be the one title that will be defended amongst all 3 brands here in the WWE. So whoever does get the Iconics, for example, the current women's tag team champions, they can move from either brand, Raw, SmackDown, and NXT, but they are part of the draft because if they lose their title, whatever band drafts them will be where they are to be at for permanent stays. You know, for these women are undrafted, trying to make their mark here in the WWE. Alexa Bliss, of course, a former women's champion, held both the SmackDown Women's Championship and the Raw Women's Championship. Also a former Money in the Bank holder. All the other females in this match trying to do more here tonight. Trying to still prove themselves here in the WWE.
And their opponents first, from Dayton, Ohio, Redhead.
And for those who don't know, Red, a current upstart in the Performance Center. That paper that she's holding in her hand is her and her best friend Trey's list of goals for what they wanted to do here as WWE superstars, and tonight she gets to check off performing in a WWE ring. She will be able, at the end of the night, finally check that item off her list of goals. Red, hot-tempered, smash mouth, in your face kind of superstar, who I think has a lot of potential if any brand does choose to draft her.
And her partner, from Cleveland, Ohio, Dana Brooke.
Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke is always looking for an opportunity to shine, and she wants this opportunity here today. Of course, like we said earlier, all four of these women still trying to make a case for why a GM would want them on their show. Paul Heyman, of course, drafting for Monday Night Raw, Eric Bischoff drafting for Friday Night SmackDown, and General Manager William Regal drafting for NXT. And there are still plenty of drafts to come. We see Alexa Bliss taking on Red into the rope. Alexa Bliss with a duck right there and a body slam. Now she's picking up Red, and what a strong fist right there by Alexa Bliss. Strong right hand. And we see Red right there with a forearm, and Alexa with a drop toe hold on to Red. And Red doing some punches onto Alexa. Alexa tried to go for a takedown, and again a fist right to Red. It looks like Alexa going for a backbreaker. Just trying to bend that back of Red. Red there with a couple jabs onto Bliss. Bliss right there with a club right to the back. We see that takedown there. Alexa Bliss just stepping on the face of Red. And you can tell she had no care when she was doing that at all for her opponent. And now just slamming her opponent's face into the ring mat. And this match is starting to get uncomfortable to watch. It's like a bullying session here. Alexa though into the corner. And what's Alexa going for here? Going for a pin. Seemingly out there with 1, 2, and Red able to get the shoulder up. Alexa. Oh no, she missed just as Red was getting ready to tag in Dana Brooke, and Dana Brooke with a neck breaker right away coming into the ring. And a forearm smash there just knocked Alexa to the ground. And now Dana Brooke extending that leg of Alexa Bliss. That is something you do not want to be on the receiving end of. And Alexa Bliss, a reverse DDT. And it looks like she's had enough. She's tagging in the crazy Nikki Cross, an upstart from NXT. Of course, Nikki Cross, if you've been following has been a free agent on Raw and SmackDown these past few weeks. A forearm smash there by Dana Brooke. Nikki Cross there with a fireman's carry takedown. Dana Brooke reverses out of that one, but Nikki Cross there with a couple elbows. No, Russian leg sweep brings Dana Brooke to the ground. An Irish whip into the corner. And look at that big boot by Nikki Cross and a zigzag. One that would make Dolph Ziggler proud for sure. You could see Nikki Cross try to go for that pin. Meanwhile, Dana Brooke though with a jawbreaker and a clothesline, sending Nikki Cross to the outside of the ring. Referee on a 1,
2, 3.
We saw an explosive body slam there into the steps, and Nikki Cross back into the ring. Really want Dana Brooke to come play with her. Meanwhile, into the corner for Nikki. Chop, and Nikki Cross had her in a collar and elbow tie up. Dana Brooke missing on that exchange. A fury of punches to the face of Dana Brooke. Into the corner. And meanwhile, Alexa Bliss just tagged herself in. And now he's a suplex there. And Alexa Bliss. I don't know what Alexa Bliss was trying to do there, but Dana Brooke has her and she's trying to carry her to the ropes, but Alexa Bliss fighting out of it. Try to go for a drop kick there. And she got Alexa Bliss once again. Alexa Bliss, once again though, fights out of it. Tried to go for that drop kick another second time. And a bulldog, a one-handed bulldog to be exact. Alexa Bliss finding herself in a bad predicament here. Dana Brooke has Alexa in a submission. And Alexa able to get out of it. And now again a backbreaker. Onto Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke caught the leg of Alexa Bliss. Alexa Bliss shoving Dana Brooke away. Dana Brooke there with an arm takedown and a chop right across the stomach of Alexa Bliss. She's picking up Alexa and a kick there. And that just looked brutal. And it looked like Alexa was kind of focusing on Red there. She knocked Red right off the apron. And a drop kick there connects. Try to go for that elbow smash. Snap suplex. And Alexa Bliss measuring up Dana Brooke. But Dana Brooke caught the leg. I think Alexa Bliss was trying to go for that DDT of hers. The DDT that's won her many championships in the past. chop right there. A couple elbows right to the face of Dana Brooke. And Nikki Cross being tagged in. And oh no, the indomitable stretch. But Nikki Cross fighting it off. Head scissors takedown onto Red. And a drop toe hold there to Nikki. Nikki Cross again with a zigzag. Of course, made famous by Dolph Ziggler. A kick right to the gut. And Red looked like she was trying to go for a forearm smash. And Nikki right there with a clothesline. On to Red. And Nikki Cross. And what a maneuver there. 1, 2. And Dana Brooke able to kick out of it for her partner, saving the match for her team. And oh no, we know what this is. The spinning neck breaker into the pin. 1, 2, 3. And Nikki Cross picking up the win for her team. What an effort there by Nikki Cross. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are moving on to our next match here of the night, as The Miz is taking on Aleister Black. But before we get to that match, of course, we are here with the next round here in the WWE Draft, round number 4, ladies and gentlemen. And here we go for Monday Night Raw. Monday Night Raw picked Asuka, Finn Balor, and Aleister Black. Meanwhile, here for Tuesday Night SmackDown, for SmackDown Live picked Drew McIntyre and Samoa Joe. At NXT, picked the War Raiders and Matt Riddle. And what a draft section that was. What a round. Asuka, Finn Balor, and Aleister Black going to Monday Night Raw. Drew McIntyre and Samoa Joe going to SmackDown Live. And NXT picking up the War Raiders and Matt Riddle.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring, accompanied by Maurice, and residing in Hollywood, California. Weighing in at 221 pounds, The Miz!
And we have The Miz here, ladies and gentlemen. Of course, WrestleMania yesterday, not too great for him. Losing to Shane McMahon in their Falls Count Anywhere match. Miz, though, looking to regain some of his momentum here tonight by defeating Aleister Black. And here it is, one of the newest members of Monday Night Raw,
And his
Aleister
opponent
Black.
from Amsterdam, Netherlands, weighing in at 215 pounds, Aleister Black!
A former NXT champion. And wait, The Miz running at him. The Miz Miz not taking his time at all. Going right after Aleister Black. Aleister Black there with a few round kicks. A knee right to the face of the Miz. And you can see Maurice trying to bleed with Aleister Black. But there, Miz trying to capitalize on it. Got that spinning neck breaker. Miz just wanted to take the action upon his own hands, and we see Maurice trying to yell at Aleister Black. Trying to distract him. All that talk about being a family man, wanting to do things fairly. And a German suplex to the Miz on the entrance ramp. And Aleister Black going for another knee. And again, Maurice with a distraction every time Aleister Black tries to get momentum on his side. Maurice is there to distract, and we see Aleister Black just throwing the Miz into the steps. And what's Miz trying to do? Looks like Miz just throwing Aleister Black into the barricade, and he's pummeling him. And the Miz getting to stand tall in that exchange, of course, with the help of Maurice. Just throwing Aleister Black in to the ring, and we see Miz taunting Aleister Black, and Aleister Black wants none of it. The referee calling the match off. Now, ladies and gentlemen, what a match this is for the WWE Draft Setter. Becky Lynch taking on Sasha Banks. And of course, like always, before we do get to this match, we have to talk about round 5 of the draft. Going to Monday Night Raw, Alexa Bliss, Bobby Lashley, and the Hardy Boys have been drafted to Monday Night Raw. SmackDown Live with a huge pick in the returning Christian. But then SmackDown Live didn't stop there, because their next pick and their final pick of round 5, they picked the Boss and Hug Connection, Sasha Banks and Bayley. And then on NXT, what about this? Dolph Ziggler and Pete Dunne both moving to NXT. And you know, this match now has huge implications here tonight. Of course, Becky Lynch drafted in the very first round of the draft, second pick of Friday night, or of SmackDown Live, soon to be Friday Night SmackDown.
The following contest is scheduled for one.
And I don't know what happened. Becky Lynch making her way to the ring. Sasha Banks came out and attacked Becky Lynch from behind. Becky Lynch now trying to bring the fight back to Sasha, but Sasha throwing Becky into the steps, and you can see Sasha taking time to taunt nobody, but that may have costed her because of corkscrew leg takedown. And Becky Lynch wants Sasha in the ring. You see Becky Lynch coming in the ring, taunting Sasha Banks. She wants Sasha in this one-on-one match. This is now going to be a match that we will see exclusive on Friday night, or on Tuesday night SmackDown. Soon to be Friday night SmackDown once it goes to Fox in October. We see a collar and elbow. Becky Lynch. Both of these women are part of the 4 horsewomen here in the WWE. Becky Lynch had a crazy WrestleMania yesterday night, winning the Raw and SmackDown Women's Championships in the main event of WrestleMania against Charlotte Flair and Ronda Rousey. Meanwhile, Sasha Banks yesterday at WrestleMania lost the women's tag team titles to the Iconics. Sasha Banks, best believe if Sasha can win, this could definitely put her in contention for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Becky catching the leg of Sasha Banks. And we see Becky doing the leg drop. Oh, but Sasha moved out of the way that second time. And now a suplex there to Sasha Banks. And some elbows to the head of Becky Lynch. We also see Sasha with a new hair color to commemorate the new era here in WWE. Guess it's a new era for Sasha Banks as well. Russian leg sweep there by Becky Lynch. Here to prove why she is the man in the Bexploder. Bexploder and Becky Lynch trying to make Sasha Banks submit, but Sasha Banks does not submit that time. And we see Becky just taking the arm and contorting it into that rope on the middle rope, and Sasha Banks moves out of the way. We see Becky Lynch avoid that, planting Sasha right onto the back of her neck. Sasha there with a kick right to the gut. Becky with a strong right arm to the face of Sasha Banks. Scoop slam there. Becky Lynch is not letting Sasha go anywhere. Tried to go for a forearm smash. Fireman's carry takedown there by Banks. Sasha Banks and Bayley now trading reversals. And another scoop slam. Sasha getting out of whatever Becky had in store for her. Now slamming Sasha onto the arm. Becky had to take a breather. What about that? A jawbreaker. Becky. Again, just trying to get her breath. And now she's measuring up Sasha. Tried to go for a disarmer, but Sasha with a forearm to the face of Becky Lynch. And again, just slamming Banks onto her arm. Banks just trying to crawl away. And a knee right to the face. And now stepping on the arm of Sasha Banks. We see the leg drop again. Becky Lynch going for it that time, and she connects. And she tried to go for it again there, but Sasha able to escape once again. And a knee right to the face of Becky Lynch, the self-proclaimed man. And a backsploder suplex, but Becky went down right with Sasha Banks. She cannot capitalize. Banks got lucky there. Kick right to the leg. And I don't know what Sasha was going for there. Now she has Becky in the middle rope, but Becky able to get out of it. And again, exploder suplex. Going for the pin.
1, 2, 3.
And Becky Lynch beats Sasha Banks in a very back and forth match. Don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, you will be seeing that here on SmackDown, as both women have been drafted to that brand. And we are moving right along to the next portion of the draft here tonight. As we now know, as it was just given to us, Monday Night Raw has just drafted Bray Wyatt, Ricochet, and The Bar, Cesaro and Sheamus. SmackDown Live just drafted the Usos and The New Day. And unfortunately, as you seen earlier, The New Day is Big E and Xavier Woods. Kofi Kingston was drafted to Monday Night Raw, and that means the New Day will no longer be a 3-man unit. But here we go on to NXT. NXT drafted the Sky Pirates, Kairi Sane and Io Shirai, but also drafted the former Cruiserweight champion Buddy Murphy. And so the rosters are really shaping out to be great for both brands. But now we are moving on to the next match. And what about this match? AJ Styles taking on the returning Dolph Ziggler here exclusively on the WWE Network as part of the Draft Center. Dolph Ziggler is here to show the world
The following contest is scheduled for one fall. Making his way to the ring from Hollywood, Florida, weighing in at 218 pounds, Dolph Ziggler.
the man who just returned here to WWE, making his return here tonight, to be exact, Dolph Ziggler. And we saw earlier in the draft, Dolph Ziggler drafted to NXT. His opponent was drafted to Monday Night Raw.
And his opponent from Gainesville, Georgia, weighing in at 218 pounds, the phenomenal AJ Styles!
This is the man that beat Randy Orton yesterday at WrestleMania. The man who built SmackDown Live, and now he finds a new home on Monday Night Raw. AJ Styles. And this is a dream match here, ladies and gentlemen. AJ Styles versus Dolph Ziggler, and we get to see it here on the draft center before both men part to their respective shows. Meanwhile, AJ Styles will stay as part of the Monday nights. AJ Styles, Dolph Ziggler. And AJ Styles with a suplex. Opening up things there with a kick to the back of Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler doesn't even know what hit him. And what a kick there. AJ Styles catches the leg. Corkscrew. Leg takedown and a kick right to the face of Dolph Ziggler. German suplex. Into the corner. And Dolph Ziggler there with a back elbow. And AJ Styles Irish whipping Ziggler on to the apron. And we've seen this before. An apron back breaker. That's the hardest part of the ring. And we see AJ Styles just tossing Ziggler right into the ring canvas. And now out to the barricade. And banging Ziggler's head. And now this time Ziggler does the same thing. He turns the favor to AJ Styles. Both men wanting to carry in momentum heading in to their respective shows. AJ Styles kick right to the back of Dolph Ziggler, and we see a fireman's carry takedown.
8,
Into the steps.
9,
And a kick, and AJ Styles and Dolph Ziggler both counted out. It is a draw. And that was a very short match. What a brawl that was in that short time. And now just like that, we are on our main event. And we have another round of draft results for you here tonight. Monday Night Raw picked up Andrade and Zelina Vega. They also picked up Billie Kay and Peyton Royce of the Iconics. And lastly, in that round, Monday Night Raw picked Baron Corbin. On Tuesday Night SmackDown, Kevin Owens and Lars Sullivan were both drafted at NXT. Picked the UK Women's Champion Toni Storm and The Revival. Now what a team that is, and what a pick that is for the NXT brand. We are at our main event, but after this match we have one more round of draft results to bring you, and then you will be able to get the rest on Monday Night Raw later tonight. But until then, let's get to our main event match. There we go, we got Heavy Machinery making their way to the ring. And oh no! Before they could get to the ring, what about this? Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows taking out the challengers for the tag team champions. And now Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins now find themselves in an advantage here. And of course, it'd be surprising to think that none of these teams have actually been drafted. The Raw Tag Team Champions still remain on the undrafted list. So does Heavy Machinery. And just running right into Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder bouncing off the chest of Tucker. And we see Zack Ryder with a barrage of kicks. And there it is, a neck breaker onto Tucker. Heavy Machinery, we've talked a lot about how Nikki Cross was a free agent these last few weeks, going between Raw and SmackDown. And the same can be said about Heavy Machinery. And now more than ever, they want to prove themselves. They'd hope to be part of this last round to be drafted here on the Draft Center, to really show their stock in the tag team division on whatever show they may end up on. And we see a Lou Thesz there by Tucker. And Zack Ryder now finds himself in a way that he doesn't want to be. And Tucker has it, and a drop kick right to the knee. And that time, Tucker just tossing Ryder. What strength. Tucker tried to go for some type of leg takedown. Zack Ryder able to put a stop to it. We saw, of course, Hawkins and Ryder become tag team champions yesterday on the pre-show, defeating the Revival, also ending the undefeated, or the streak of Kurt Hawkins where he could not win. The defeated streak of Kurt Hawkins, I guess you could say. But now we see Zack Ryder starting to mount a comeback onto Otis. An elbow. And it looks like Zack Ryder tagging in his tag team partner with an elbow onto Otis. Otis now just trying to rear down the shoulders of Kurt Hawkins. I think he just wore Kurt Hawkins out. To have a man the size of Otis just squeeze down on your body. And we see a drop toe hold there by Hawkins. And a Russian leg sweep there by Otis. Now Otis moving Hawkins What is he gonna do here? Just tossing the tag team champion. Jawbreaker tried to go for a drop kick and a strong right. Knocked down Hawkins, and Hawkins able to get right back up. And a snapmare onto the big guy. I cannot believe what Hawkins was able to do there. Now going for the pin, trying to put this match away. And don't forget Heavy Machinery. They are really showing resilience here tonight. We saw them get attacked earlier in the night by Carl Anderson and Luke Gallows. And look at that drop kick there. And what is Hawkins doing? Neckbreaker onto Otis. 1, 2. Oh my. Barely saving his team. Barely saves Tucker, barely saving the match for his team. Hawkins meanwhile, referee down. Neckbreaker. No leg drop there, and Zack Ryder now going straight for the pin. 1, 2, and we saw Tucker run into the ring. Otis with a kick and sending Zack Ryder to the outside of the ring.
2, 3.
Zack Ryder doesn't want to win that way. Saw him run into the ring only to run out. We see a dizzy Otis. Zack Ryder waiting for Otis in the ring.
3.
And Otis with a headbutt, bringing down the champion into the corner. And now Irish whip into the other corner. Big boot there. And Otis just pushing Zack Ryder down to the ground. Zack Ryder there with a corkscrew leg takedown. Otis has been in this match for a while. We see Hawkins and Ryder trying to do what they can here in this match. And oh no, Hawkins not in a body splash. We see Hawkins the caterpillar.
One, 2.
And Hawkins barely getting the shoulder up. I don't know what Hawkins keeps going for. But whatever he did, he just lured Otis right into his very own trap. 1, 2, oh my. Tucker saving the match once more for his team. We just saw Hawkins knock Tucker right off the apron. Now going for the neck breaker. 1, 2, 3. And Kurt Hawkins and Zack Ryder pick up the win against the very game Heavy Machinery. There we go. We see Hawkins and Ryder celebrating with their titles, and the club came back out to congratulate them. But I don't think they're doing congratulations. I think they want the shot at the Raw Tag Team Championships. Hawkins and Ryder look ready. Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for our matches. But before we do call it a night, we have one more round of the draft to announce here. We are halfway with the draft, and in this next round, here's who Monday Night Raw picked up. They picked up The Miz, Shinsuke Nakamura, and the team of Nia Jax and Tamina. Meanwhile, on SmackDown Live, Rhea Ripley and Ali were picked. On NXT with a huge pick right here, Rey Mysterio. But they also picked up Nikki Cross, who we've seen win earlier tonight. And we just want to recap the draft. Thus far, we are about halfway through. And the results here are as follows. On Monday Night Raw picked up Brock Lesnar, Kofi Kingston, Charlotte Flair, Roman Reigns, Edge, Triple H, AJ Styles, Braun Strowman, John Cena, Asuka, Finn Balor, Aleister Black, Alexa Bliss, Bobby Lashley, The Hardy Boys, Bray Wyatt, Ricochet, The Bar, Andrade and Zelina Vega, the Iconics, Baron Corbin, The Miz, Shinsuke Nakamura, Nia Jax, and Tamina. SmackDown Live picked up Seth Rollins, Becky Lynch, Ronda Rousey, Goldberg, Daniel Bryan, Rowan, Undertaker, Drew McIntyre, Samoa Joe, Christian, Sasha Banks and Bayley, The Usos, The New Day, Kevin Owens, Lars Sullivan, Rhea Ripley, and Ali. And meanwhile on NXT, the Black and Gold brand, we will see Johnny Gargano, Shayna Baszler, The Undisputed Era, Randy Orton, Tommaso Ciampa, Velveteen Dream, The War Raiders, Matt Riddle, Dolph Ziggler, Pete Dunne, Kairi Sane, Io Shirai, Buddy Murphy, Toni Storm, The Revival, Rey Mysterio, and Nikki Cross. And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Don't forget to tune in later tonight for Monday Night Raw and the remaining results of the draft, starting with draft number 25 for Monday Night Raw. And we will be back here tonight later on to read the rest of the draft